Hi 5th grade, it's Mrs. Gioka with your flipped math lesson for today, 11-5. Today's objective is I can find the area of a rectangle with fractional side lengths. So today we're going to find the area of rectangles and squares, and the sides are going to be fractional lengths. So in order to do this, we need to know how to find the area. To find the area of a rectangle or a square, we're going to take its length and we're going to multiply it times its width. So it's kind of like an array. Alright, so here's our first problem. Arena's garden is a rectangle that is 3/4 of a yard long and 2/3 of a yard wide. What's the area of her garden? So you can see in the big white rectangle, let's say that that is 1 yard of dirt or yard. Well, her area of the garden is only 3/4 of that whole yard, and it's only 2/3 of the width of that yard. So this is Arena's garden. It's 3/4 times 2/3 of a yard. So we have to figure out, well, how long is that? So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the length times the width. So we'll be multiplying 3/4 times 2/3. Okay, so it's pretty much the same thing that we've been doing. We multiply the numerators together, so 3 times 2 is 6. Then we multiply the denominators. 4 times 3 is 12. So now we have 6/12, and I can see that both of those can be simplified by dividing by 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 12 divided by 6 is 2. So our answer is going to be 1/2. However, when we multiply and we find the area of something, and we're finding this whole section, we aren't just getting yards, we're getting what's called yards squared. So we're going to put yards, and then we're going to put a little 2 that means square yards. Okay, so make sure that your answers include that information at the end. We'll always be putting that little exponent of a 2. Let's try another one. Find the area of a rectangle with side lengths of 2/3 feet and 1/2 foot. Okay, so we're going to find the area. So I know that means I'm going to multiply. So we're going to multiply 2/3 times 1/2. Now I like to make a drawing so I can visualize what I'm doing. So if this is 1 foot, remember these are feet, so if this is 1 foot across and 1 foot down, then it's the area that we're talking about is only 2/3 across and 1/3 down. So we're just talking about this little section right here. Okay, so I need to find out how much area that little section is. So I'm going to do 2/3 times 1/3. Again, I multiply the numerators on top, so 2 times 1 is 2. Then I multiply the denominators on bottom, 3 times 3 is 9. I get 2/9, and that is the smallest, that's the smallest simplified version of 2/9. I can't divide anything out of it. There are feet, and remember we say that they are squared because we're working in 2 dimensions. Alright, let's try this one. So here is the rectangle. I see that it is 1/3 of the width, and it is 4/6 of the length. So we're just talking about this little section right here. 4/6 times 1/3. I got scared by something. 4/6 times 1/3. So again, I'm going to multiply the numerators on top. 4 times 1 is 4, and then the denominators on bottom. 6 times 3 is 18. Now I can see that 4/18 can be divided by 2, so I'm going to start with that. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So 2/9 is my simplified version. These are yards, and they are yards squared. So my final answer is 2/9 of a yard squared. Alright, now it's your turn. Number 1, find the area of a square with the sides of 3/4 inch. Okay, so to find the answer, you would multiply 3/4 times 3/4, and the reason why you're multiplying 3/4 times 3/4 is because it's a square. That means that all the sides are going to be equal, so we multiply those together. You'll get 9/16, and 9/16 can't be simplified, so the answer is 9/16 inches squared. Number 2, find the area of a rectangle with side lengths 1/8 of a foot and 1/2 of a foot. Okay, so this time we are just multiplying 1/8 times 1/2, and that equals 1/16. Multiply the numerators, then multiply the denominators to get that, and then our answer is 1/16 feet squared. Number 3, what's the area? So on the top, on the length, we have 1/4 inch. On the bottom, or 1/4 foot. On the bottom, we have 1/2 foot width. So this section, what would be the area of just this section then? Okay, so we would multiply 1/4 times 1/2, and that equals 1/8 when we multiply the numerators and we multiply the denominators, and our final answer is 1/8 of a foot squared. Number 4, what is the area? I can see I have 1/4 of an inch on top, 3/4 of an inch as the width. What will be the area of that section? Okay, I'm multiplying 1/4 times 3/4. Multiply the numerators to get 3, the denominators to get 16, and my answer is then 3/16 of an inch squared. And number 5. Davis and Gavin are working on a multiplication problem, 1/4 inch times 3/8 of an inch. Davis claims it equals 3 32nds square inches, or inches squared, and Gavin claims it's 3/12 square inches, or inches squared. Who's right and why? Okay, so in this problem, I'm going to multiply 1/4 times 3/8. Davis says it's 3 32nds. Gavin says it's 3/12. Let's find out who's right. If I multiply 1/4 times 3/8, I get 3 32nds, multiplying the numerators and the denominators. So Davis would be right. Gavin's answer of 3/12, I would imagine he multiplied the top numbers and then added the denominators, which would get the wrong answer. Okay, so the correct answer then is 3 32nds inch squared. Davis is right because he multiplied correctly. All right, you are finished for today. Thanks. See you later. Bye-bye.